Did you know that at just 20 years old, Alexander inherited a kingdom on the brink of chaos and turned it into the foundation of one of the greatest empires in history, a legacy that has captivated the world for over 2,000 years? Few figures in history embody the relentless drive, fearless ambition, and extraordinary genius of Alexander the Great. From a young Macedonian prince to the conqueror of the known world, Alexander's journey reshaped civilizations and forged a legacy that endures to this day. But who was the man behind the legend? And how did his insatiable thirst for glory change the course of history forever? It all began in 356 BC in Pella, the heart of Macedonia. Alexander's birth was steeped in legend. On the night he was born, it is said that the temple of Artemis burned down, a sign the priests claimed that the force to destroy Asia had arrived. His parents, King Philip II and Queen Olympias, were far from ordinary. Philip was a brilliant general and strategist, while Olympias, a devotee of Dionysus, believed her son was destined for greatness. She even whispered to Alexander that he was the son of Zeus himself. From an early age, Alexander showed extraordinary promise. At just 12, he tamed a wild horse, Bucephalus, that no one else could control. That horse would later carry Alexander through some of his greatest battles. At 13, Alexander's education was entrusted to none other than Aristotle, the greatest philosopher of the time. Under Aristotle's guidance, Alexander was taught philosophy, science, medicine, and politics. Aristotle's teachings kindled in him a love for Greek culture and mythology, shaping his dream of a unified empire. Alexander's journey to power was anything but smooth. His father, Philip, was a master of diplomacy and war, but his ambition often alienated those around him. Tensions simmered between Philip and Olympias, and Alexander's loyalty was caught in the crossfire. In 336 BC, tragedy struck. At the wedding of Alexander's sister, Philip was assassinated by one of his own bodyguards. Was it a political plot? A family betrayal? The truth remained shrouded in mystery, but one thing was clear: the young prince had to act swiftly. Alexander was just 20 years old, and his kingdom was in turmoil. Rivals to the throne emerged, and rebellious factions threatened to dismantle Philip's hard-won alliances. But Alexander's response was swift and ruthless. Within weeks, he crushed internal dissent, secured his throne, and rallied the Greek city-states under his leadership. When Thebes rebelled, Alexander razed the city to the ground, sending a clear message: the boy king was no one to underestimate. With Greece under control, Alexander turned his gaze eastward to the mighty Persian Empire. But this wasn't just a war of conquest. For Alexander, it was personal. Persia had long been the arch-enemy of Greece, and Darius III, the Persian king, embodied everything Alexander sought to overthrow. In 334 BC, Alexander crossed the Hellespont into Asia Minor with an army of 40,000. Before setting foot on Persian soil, he performed a ritual at Troy, paying homage to his hero Achilles. He claimed to be Achilles' descendant, and his actions mirrored the epic tales of the Iliad. His first major test came at the Granicus River. Facing a Persian force that dwarfed his own, Alexander's bold tactics and unmatched bravery led to a decisive victory. This battle was not just a military triumph, but a statement. Alexander had arrived, and he would stop at nothing. In the ancient city of Gordium, Alexander encountered a puzzle that had baffled kings for centuries: the Gordian knot. Legend said that whoever unraveled the knot would rule all of Asia. Alexander, after studying it briefly, drew his sword and sliced through it. "How it is undone matters not," he declared, embodying his pragmatic and fearless approach to challenges. By 333 BC, Alexander faced his greatest challenge yet, a direct confrontation with Darius III at Issus. Outnumbered and facing a formidable Persian army, Alexander's strategy was audacious. Leading a cavalry charge directly at Darius, he created chaos in the Persian ranks. Darius fled, leaving his family and treasures behind. Alexander treated Darius's family with dignity, a calculated move that showcased both his chivalry and his political savvy. The victory at Issus was more than a military achievement. It solidified Alexander's reputation as a leader destined for greatness. After Issus, Alexander turned south to Egypt, where he was welcomed as a liberator. In 331 BC, he founded the city of Alexandria, envisioning it as a beacon of culture and knowledge. The Egyptians proclaimed him pharaoh, and during his time there, Alexander visited the oracle of Siwa. The priest declared him the son of Zeus, further reinforcing his divine status. The stage was set for the ultimate showdown. In 331 BC, at Gaugamela, Alexander faced Darius's largest army. The night before the battle, while his men fretted, Alexander slept soundly, a testament to his unshakable confidence. On the battlefield, Alexander's tactics were revolutionary. Exploiting gaps in the Persian lines, he led a direct assault on Darius, who once again fled. The victory at Gaugamela marked the fall of the Persian Empire. Alexander was now the king of Asia. Alexander's conquest didn't stop with Persia. He pushed eastward into the rugged lands of Bactria and Sogdia, where he faced fierce resistance. It was here that he met Roxana, a Bactrian princess, whom he married in a union that symbolized his vision of cultural integration. In 326 BC, Alexander crossed into India, where he encountered the formidable King Porus at the Battle of the Hydaspes River. The battle was brutal, fought in monsoon rains, but Alexander's forces emerged victorious. Impressed by Porus's courage, Alexander reinstated him as a ruler, demonstrating his respect for valor. After years of campaigning, Alexander's army grew weary. In 324 BC, he began the long journey back to Babylon. The return was marked by hardships, including a grueling march through the Gedrosian desert. Thousands perished, a stark reminder of the cost of ambition. In 323 BC, Alexander arrived in Babylon, where he began planning new campaigns, but fate had other plans. He fell ill and died at just 32 years old. The cause of his death remains a mystery, with theories ranging from fever to poisoning. Alexander's empire fragmented after his death, but his influence endured. The spread of Hellenistic culture, the founding of cities, and the blending of East and West are testaments to his vision. Alexander's story is a reminder of what can be achieved through ambition, intellect, and courage, but also of the limits of human endeavor. Alexander the Great, a visionary conqueror, a master strategist, and a man whose ambitions reshaped the ancient world. His legacy is one of brilliance and complexity, inspiring awe and debate even after millennia. What do you think of Alexander's incredible journey and his lasting impact on history? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time on Story Vault, where every story inspired.